Just hours ago, there were high-level meetings at the G7 in France, and they involved, unfortunately and fortunately because the United States is part of the G7, we want to be there. Unfortunately, because Trump was the person representing the country, they devolved into demented nuttery. Trump erupting, rambling, confused, unwell, stroking out, according to some, and stunning everybody in the room. Just to set it up, Trump again showing up looking worse than ever. Here he is sitting, attempting to sit down and struggling to sit down.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Dear God. Oh. Now, I am not going to engage in the stuff of Trump is sitting that way because his diaper was too full and he has to make sure that he's in a position where the edges of the diaper aren't visible. I don't have any information about that stuff. I know that everybody always writes to me about it saying, David, you've got to address this head on. I don't know anything about it. All right. I just know he looks like crap. The topic of the Iran deal was a major topic during this media discussion. And Trump goes, it's a great deal. No one knows what's in it, but it's a great deal.
And you can't give Iran a nuclear weapon, and they will never have a nuclear weapon. So that's very, very strong. It's a very strong deal. Nobody knows what it is, but it's very strong. And most people seem to be very happy. Who's really happy is the market.
Yeah. Most people are happy about a deal that no one knows what's in it. Now, I understand the point Trump's trying to make. Trump is trying to say, I know what's in it, but we haven't made public what is in the deal. The problem is overnight, the memorandum of understanding leaked. It's weak. It's a completely flaccid deal, much worse than Obama's. And if everything that is in the letter becomes part of the deal, it's an absolutely terrible deal. People are right to be concerned about the deal. People are right to be looking around going, wait a second. We got out of the 2015 Iran nuclear deal under Obama in 2018 because Trump didn't like it. And then as a result of that, Trump bombed Iran in June of 2025. And then after that, Trump went into a multi-month war with Iran. And all we're getting is a weaker version of the very deal we started with. That doesn't sound so good. So Trump goes, nobody knows what's really in it. Donald Trump, in a weird Freudian slip, he wants to say Democrats caused high prices, but instead he says Democrats caused affordability. Kind of an interesting Freudian slip, I must admit.
Affordability, sir, affordability. What are you doing about it? I said, I've just been here one day. They tell me about affordability. They're the ones that caused affordability.
Democrats caused affordability and I destroyed it. Now, Trump obviously wants to say they gave me high prices and I had to figure out how to fix it and they blamed me on day one. The reality, of course, is there are a lot of problems with the Democratic Party, but on the issue of just affordability for the day-to-day expenses of the average family, of course, that is something that Democrats seem to care more about and are more proactively working towards. Democrats caused affordability. I'll take that. Would love that to be the case. Donald Trump speaking about the president of Egypt, and they fell in love. Remember when Trump fell in love with Kim Jong-un? We wrote each other love letters. Well, he is deeply in love, I guess, with the Egyptian president.
So he was in a hotel, and I met him, and we fell in love, deeply in love.
I met him in a hotel, and we fell in love.
And he didn't even want to see Hillary.
How weird is that? I didn't know him. We met at a hotel. There were rose petals on the bed and a bottle of champagne. I don't drink, by the way, because my brother had alcoholism, but it was still very nice. And that was it. We spent a night of passion together, and it's been love ever since. What a bizarre way of talking about relationships with other leaders, particularly ones where we go, okay, do we really have shared interests here in all cases? All right. Back to the Iran deal. And it's like ping pong, just it's like a paint by numbers where you're using the wrong colors, I guess is the way that I would call it. Trump on the deal with Iran. He goes, it's not final. Well, we know that. You haven't even signed a letter to start negotiating yet. It's not final. But he goes, if I don't like what happens, I start bombing them again.
It's not final. It's a memorandum of understanding. And if I don't like it, we'll go back to shooting at them, dropping bombs on their head.
When do you expect this to work?
If I don't like it, if they don't behave, we'll go right back to dropping bombs right smack in the middle of their head. Okay? Because they've misbehaved for 47 years. All right?
All right. The problem with this, as I mentioned earlier, is the timing. If there are now, if the letter to start the negotiation is signed on Friday, and then they take 60 days to negotiate, and Trump doesn't like what it ultimately looks like this deal is going to be in the last half of August, the political suicide of going back to war as people are going to be starting to receive absentee ballots. And obviously, if you go back on August 19th, you don't go back for a day. We're probably talking weeks, if not months minimum, which puts us into a war at the time of an election. Now, there's a very interesting dynamic that I think is worth talking about. There is this conventional wisdom of 20 years ago from the George W. Bush neocon era, which is war is good for the incumbent because people don't want to change horses midstream. If he is in the middle of a war, then you let him finish the war. And this was to a degree considered part of why George W. Bush very narrowly defeated John Kerry in 2004. I think that logic goes completely out the window at this point in time because this war is, number one, so unpopular. Number two, the American people by and large don't buy that this was necessary. Number three, Trump ran on, I'm not going to do this, and he did. And number four, the economic impact is tangible and emotionally salient for the average American. So I think that in this case, the whole idea of rally around the president if we're at war, let's not change horses midstream. Number one, Trump's not actually on the ballot in November. It's about the Republican Party. And number two, I think there will be voters seeking to punish the Republican Party, not reward it for this war. So I think assuming that the war will bring people together and reinforce keeping the people in power, I don't think that that's going to work. Finally, what is all of this really about? This is all about Donald Trump's unending envy of Barack Hussein Obama. You ever heard of him?
Obama.
Trump is so jealous that Obama is smarter. Obama is taller. Obama is more well-liked. Obama was respected and is still respected by global leaders in a way Trump never has been and never will be. And so here is what Trump chooses to say, which actually says a lot about how Trump is thinking of this whole Iran thing.
Of it, like, oh my God, look at this money he's giving us. He tried to bribe his way out. I didn't do that. Nobody mentions that. 1.7 billion and hundreds of millions of dollars. They tried to bribe their way out of it. And you know what the Iranians did? They laughed at Obama and they said he's a stupid son of a bitch. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
He's a stupid son of a bitch. You know, the level of projection here is really something. Yes, Trump is unwell. Yes, of course. But the truth is that Iran used Trump's what they call mental illnesses against him in this war. There is reporting out there from, I think it's from Jeremy Scahill, that part of the way that Iran handled this war is to consider and use Trump's mental deficiencies and what they describe as mental illness against him. On the other hand, maybe they thought Obama was a stupid son of a bitch, I don't know. But they stayed in the deal and they were complying with the deal until Donald Trump said, I think I'm going to cancel this deal. That's the truth. And Trump is deeply unwell and jealous of Barack Obama. When it comes to what you're getting Dad for Father's Day, don't overthink it. Get him something that'll keep him comfortable every day, something practical. Sheath Underwear delivers exactly that. Our sponsor Sheath makes premium pouch underwear with a smart front design that will separate and support and give everything room to breathe, the room everything deserves, which is very important during the hot summer months coming up. Sheath's lineup includes soft bamboo and modal options, along with different cuts and colors. You can give them an everyday essential without being boring. Sheath uses fabric that's lightweight, breathable, built for comfort through long days at the office, work days, or just lounging around the house. For Father's Day, get Dad the underwear he would probably never think to buy for himself, but will be glad he owns when he's got it. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code FATHER for 30% off until June 21st. The link is in the description.